Welcome back to another episode of The King of the Jobbers. I'm your host, Byron the Dragon King, and today we'll be following the trend we set in the first video, looking at another potential taker of the throne. Last time we looked at Yamcha, the desert bandit turned Z-fighter. This time we'll be taking another look at a defender of Earth, but this time, Chiaotzu. Now, unlike last time, I finalized my grading scale to help determine rankings. Since this is the first episode having the new scale, I'll be taking this time to go over it in detail. Rankings will be determined through three key categories: wins and losses, hype, and purpose. Wins and losses is quite self-explanatory. You can't really be a jobber if you win the vast majority of your fights. Hype is a bit more subjective though. But I will be looking at how a character is built up, how other characters introduce them through conversations, and how they show up, stuff like that. But it also includes feats. For example, Master Roshi destroying the moon during the 21st World Tournament is quite an impressive feat. So if someone were able to defeat Master Roshi, that would be quite impressive, and potentially quite hype. Hype can also build after the introduction. Say you gain a new form or transformation and the series tries to show you off as impressive, and then you proceed to lose another fight right afterwards. And lastly, purpose. In this category, we will be looking at what the character's purpose is. Are they a gag character meant only to be comedic relief? Are they supposed to be a main rival to the protagonist? Do they have video game final boss conditions where as soon as they join the heroes, they fail to really ever win another fight? So now that this is out of the way, let's get on with this week's candidate, Chiaotzu. Okay, look, I'm going to be real here. Chiaotzu has probably the worst win-loss ratio we've looked at and will probably ever look at in the show. Not counting filler, Chiaotzu has a 0-win, 3-loss record. In his first fight against Krillin in the 22nd World Tournament, he uses his telekinesis to press Krillin and nearly win, but loses due to being bad at math and being tricked by Krillin. Even Goku knew math by this point, so it's kinda sad. Then in the 23rd World Tournament, Chiaotzu loses off-screen to Cyborg Tao. He doesn't even make it to the first real round of the World Tournament, so already he's doing much worse than Yamcha, because at least Yamcha qualified and made it to the first round in each World Tournament he participated in. Lastly, and most leastly, Chiaotzu lost to Nappa. Not only did he lose, he blew himself up with his goodbye Tien attack, and didn't even damage Nappa. Yikes. Chiaotzu didn't even get a chance to fight a Cyberman. And if we look at official power levels, I think he would have lost without the Cyberman needing to self-destruct like it did against Yamcha. After being such an embarrassment, Tien grounds Chiaotzu and never lets him go and fight to protect the Earth again. Not in the Cell games, not against Buu, and not during Resurrection of F. Never. Even after training with King Kai and making it to King Kai's planet faster than Goku, Chiaotzu still never participates in a fight ever again, which is really just kind of sad. So, with hype, this is going to be another sad outing for Chiaotzu. He starts off as kind of like a rival to Krillin, akin to Tien being a rival to Goku, the whole Turtle School versus Crane School thing in the 22nd World Tournament. And he has his telekinesis, which was shown to even be able to affect Goku during the 22nd World Tournament. But that's kind of it. The most hype thing he gets past that arc, and his soon death to Demon King Piccolo, is when he trained with Kami after Raditz invasion. But as we see from the power level scans, it wasn't as impressive as the other Z fighters, only reaching 610, which is admittedly stronger than Goku was versus Raditz, but not much, and less than half of Yamcha versus the Cybermen. Cybermen are normally stated to be around 1200 power levels, so earlier when I spoke about Chiaotzu versus the Cyberman, this is what I meant. Now with purpose, as stated before, I feel like Chiaotzu was supposed to be a rival to Krillin, but that didn't really pan out. He turns good when Tien does and joins forces with Master Roshi. Feels more like Puar is to Yamcha instead of what Tien was to Goku. He's like Tien's pet.
A pet?
A pet?
A pet. Mark, this is good news.
I guess. Now, this is future Byron cutting in. This video was meant to come out a year ago or so. So that's why I'm putting this in now. Sparking Zero has since come out, and in some of the what-ifs, they show some instances where Chiaotzu was quite helpful with fighting the Saiyans in the Ginyu Force. so I don't really know why Chiaotzu never was able to do anything again. Even in Resurrection F, you're saying he couldn't have helped with some jobber, like, runt, goon-ass fucking not Ginyu Force, but Frieza Force-esque, like, antagonist. Unnamed. Like, we have Master Roshi, who, like, quit training until Super was like, no, guys, he's been training in secret the whole time. But we can't have Chiaotzu, who's been doing whatever he has been doing with Tien, be it cleaning or being Tien's, like, stay-at-home wife surrogate thing. I don't know what Chiaotzu does, but it was nice giving Chiaotzu some roses in Sparking Zero and have him, like, have a supplementary role in some of these what-ifs. So in conclusion, Chiaotzu just kind of sucks. I don't know anyone who actively likes Chiaotzu or says he's their favorite character. I mean, as a kid, I had no clue who he even was, given my primary exposure to Dragon Ball was the video games. The first time I remember him being playable was Budokai Tenkaichi on the PS2. For the odd episode, I'd see on Toonami if I stayed up late, and watch TV with the lights turned off, hoping my mom wouldn't find me. I will say Chiaotzu in the Incredible Adventure Dragon Ball movie is wholesome, really puts an emphasis on Tien being his friend. It's really heartwarming stuff, and he does have a wife in that movie, so that's something. Good for him. But after looking at my 3 categories, it's safe to say for now Yamcha is still the reigning champion. Chiaotzu is just in the sad category character. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations on who I should cover in the next episode, leave it down in the comments below. I've been Byron the Dragon King, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.